Hello everyone, Johnny Hurricane here from GamersHeroes.com, and today we'll be going over how to beat the Enenra boss in Nioh 2. Let's get started. Be straight up with you, this guy was a nightmare for me. It took me like fucking 5 tries, but I got a few tips for you at the very least. Okay, so first thing, that right there. Try to lure him into the pillars. Now I'm fighting in this footage. There's me and Smith, so there's 2 of us. But when there's only you, he'll actually break them and they'll actually stagger him. So that's your goal in a single player, is to get him to break those, at least 2 of those, so he gets staggered. From there, and when I mean staggered, I mean his stamina 0. You want to hit him with a yokai ability, your R2 triangle, R2 square. That will stagger him, allowing you, let me show it again, allowing you to, once he's staggered, get the hold triangle additional damage off, which is a pretty good chunk. Here's the big problem right here, this mode, when you're in yokai realm. Now, I don't have any solo footage, unfortunately, because if I did, I could show you what I do. First off, you want to block that. You want to counter that every single time. Smith wasn't ready. It is what it is. But watch for the red when he comes at you with the tornado. Be ready to counter burst him. When there's 2 of us, it's not that bad actually, but when you're fighting him alone, it's a lot worse. He can't go through the whole room, so he'll only go about half the distance, but you want to counter burst him because that reduces his stamina by a lot. So counter burst his tornado, that's a big one for me. Second one, as you can kind of see, I like to strafe and keep the distance. He keeps warping to Smith. So what I did when I was fighting him alone, I would strafe left and right, and he'd warp like that, and then I'd run as soon as he warped. Because I'm not fighting, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with a guy that can warp and shoot fire and do all this bull crap. I'm just not dealing with it. So I run out of the way, and I wait for him to shine red, and when he's red, I hit him and stagger him again. When he's staggered, I throw the monkey spear at him, or I hit him with the big sword of my yokai to stagger him totally, and then triangle attack again. But in this instance, me and Smith just did so much damage because there was 2 of us that we were just able to do it this way. Alright, so quick recap. Lure him into these pillars, there's 3 of them. Once he gets staggered or his purple bar is dropped to 0, that is when you want to use your yokai ability, your R2 square, R2 triangle, to totally knock him on his ass. Hold triangle, rip for damage, wait for him to go into yokai mode, into the yokai realm. And this is where you want to watch out for the dash. Wait for his for the counter burst opportunities when he turns into a tornado like that. He wasn't targeting me, so it didn't work, but you still know what to look for. After you counter burst him, land a few attacks, get out of his way, because he moves really fast. You don't want to be sprinting. You want to just be moving normally. You want to save your stamina here. You want to sprint when he warps to you. And after you're out of the way, just kind of keep your distance. Just strafe and walk and run. If you need to sprint because he's getting too close, do it. But what you're waiting for is that right there. His eyes to shine red. Either counter burst or just attack him when he's in the red mode. Once he's staggered, again, another yokai attack. Completely stagger him and finish him off. Like I said, this fight took me a while solo. So if you can get a friend, not an AI, the AI just sit in the fire and dies. So don't waste your cups. But if you can get an actual ally, this is a lot easier. But I did it alone, and with the tips I said, I was able to do it after a few tries. If you have the water talisman, that also improves, you do much more damage to the fire enemy. So if you have that, bring it as well. Alright, that'll do it for me. If you liked what you saw and got what you needed, you know how it goes. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Later, Gators.